What's good? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys one of my favorite ways to practice at the moment, and it's this map called Regionguessing. Essentially, this map only includes the 23 largest countries on Geoguessr. So not only is getting a good score really difficult, but it really forces you to think about how you're going to region guessing. You don't get free points by going on small countries. Before we get into it, if you guys could give the video a like, that would really help me out in the algorithm. And I say we get straight into things here. So I'm just thinking of playing some no-moving games here today and just giving you my thoughts on the region guessing itself and showing off what the map is like. It's a really good map for team duels as well. If you ever have friends playing along, but you don't want to be bored out of your mind by the 100th UAE round, then this is a good map for you. As for this one, I think it's going to be Sweden, right? So we're driving right-hand side of the road. We can tell by the back of the car's antenna here. We've got white road lines, kind of rocky, but nothing mountainous. So I would say it's probably like, because of the hilliness, near Norway, but yeah, just somewhere around here in Sweden probably makes sense. And it's a decent region guess, not a bad way to start off the video. One of my favorite ways to play this map is to try and get 20,000 points as many times in a row as I can, but it is quite difficult. So we'll try our best here, see if we can get a streak going. This one quite looked like Brazil, doesn't it? But I just don't know where exactly it would be. Actually, these buildings are really quite strange for Brazil. I did wonder then maybe about somewhere all the way out in the Amazon or something like that. But yeah, we've got black backs of the sun, so it has to be Brazil here. I wonder where it is exactly. It's got like a hazy coverage as well. I think Rondonia or Accra are probably most likely, and maybe if we can line up the road angle here, then it's probably Accra. So, I mean, yeah, that definitely fits for like different parts of Accra, so I might go for it here. Not particularly confident, but I guess if I don't recognize it, then it's probably like Accra, Rondonia, maybe Mato Grosso as well. And it ends up being, yeah, just over in Amazonas. 3.5k is a pretty good result for Brazil. Okay, next one here, probably going to be somewhere in Argentina. This is like an Argentinian style pole with the three juts, the three concrete slabs on it. Whereabouts to go here? Ruta 14, that could certainly help us out here if we want to scan, but it's more of a region guessing map. I think it's better not to even look for the road numbers. But I would say this is not too far from Buenos Aires, and if I had to say, maybe a little bit north. But yeah, it could just be like kind of anywhere in that Rosario area to me. Yeah, ends up being a little bit north, but much closer to Uruguay. So we need some good scores here. It looks like Australia's going to come and save the day here. Kind of hilly. We've got these rumble strips, more common in certain places, less common in others. And we've got that really red-orange dirt, which you find in Western Australia. So this one's almost certainly going to be there. And I'm wondering, it's probably just a little bit south of Perth or a little bit inland from Perth here, but should be in that general region. So I'll just go for it here. Ends up being a little bit south indeed. So we still need a good score on the last round here to make it. We need 4,000 points basically exactly. And it looks like it's going to be somewhere in Brazil, which is, you know, not terrific news if we wanted a really good score. Can we make it to 20,000 points is the question here. Kind of overcast. We've got like some, could it even be Bolivia? I wonder if Bolivia is included on this map because the pavement does strike me as similar to the kind of standard Bolivian pavement. That pole, I really couldn't tell you. Maybe this is actually Mexico. I think Mexico makes more sense than Brazil here with this pole. Kind of looks like it gets a bit wider to the bottom. Maybe similar to like one of those octagonal poles you get in, you know, Mexico. In which case, that still doesn't help me that much because this could still be like a whole bunch of places in Mexico, I feel. I'll probably just like hedge at San Luis Potosi, just in case it is quite northern. Could be like Nuevo Leon or something like that, but it could also just be Puebla. So I hope that this is a good enough guess. We'll see. And okay, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That will be enough to get 20,000. So let's just see what kind of country streak we can get, which should be pretty easy when it's only 23 countries available. But also what kind of what kind of hedge streak we can get. How many times we can get that 20,000 in a row. So this one we've got like a Spanish style sign. It's a very thick red border and red all the way to the outside, and then also a flat signpost. Kind of hard to see here, but on a sunny day, yeah, you can see it's kind of a more flat signpost than round. And so I would have thought that this is not too far from Madrid. And if I had to go for my region guess, I'll tell you my region guess is probably like somewhere around here. It's quite flat and kind of looks a bit like southern Portugal. So that's my thought here. Could easily be north. I could easily see north here. We'll see though. Ends up being, okay, the other side of Madrid. Not too bad. 4,000 points is basically what you should be aiming for, I feel. Next one is Australia, but it's kind of strange. We've got a short reflector on the bollard here. Normally in Australia, they're about double the length, the red reflector and the white reflector as well. And that normally indicates Queensland or South Australia. It's not 100% that way, but normally is. And these pine plantations here definitely do remind me of certain parts of Queensland, so that's what I'm thinking here. Can be just near Brisbane, can probably be all the way up to Townsville, so I might go for a Rockhampton hedge here. seems reasonable to me. Maybe Bundaberg. I can see like Gladstone, Bundaberg definitely working here. So I'll go for that. Ends up being, yeah, just near Brisbane, so that's fine, I guess. Next one here, probably Canada. That's not really good news, is it? Not really sure where I'll put this one. Pole is strange. Is it actually going to be Europe? Could still be Europe here. Cannot count that out just yet. We got wooden blocks on the guardrail here. Kind of reminds me of Canada. But I'm actually not too sure. This pole top does not feel particularly North American to me. So, what can I actually use here? There's really not much going on. I'm actually thinking it might be Sweden, though, or Finland. Kind of rocky here. Yeah, I think this is Sweden or Finland, you know. And maybe Finland is actually most likely, but if it's Finland, the problem is that it's probably all the way over here. And that means it's bad points if it's Sweden, or particularly if it's North America, of course. I would say here that, yeah, the rockiness is interesting, but I think it's probably Finland overall. Even though these wooden blocks are a bit suspicious, it could still be Canada. I'll just go for Finland. Too much time wasted here. It was Sweden. The rockiness definitely reminded me of Sweden, so we lose our country streak. We need really good guesses from here on in, and we're in Japan, so it's going to be tough. I would probably just go Nagoya here. Yeah, I'll probably just go Nagoya or Osaka, something like that. We'll see if it's right. Actually, a pretty good guess. Between Osaka and Nagoya, so we'll take that. And now we need still a good guess on the last round. Actually, not that good. We can get away with a decent guess only. And it is Indonesia, so it's quite difficult here. Immediately reminded me of somewhere in Kalimantan. But yeah, I mean, actually these roofs feel quite Javanese. Good high quality roofs with tiles, often found in Java. That pole top, maybe this is South Sumatra. I probably would go for that. Yeah. Maybe because we're in the hedge mode, maybe just around here probably works the best, because then if it's West Kalimantan, we still have the opportunity. Yeah, I would probably just go like here. Because I kind of feel like all three are possible here. It's quite rural. I don't think we're going to actually get anything here that gives us the exact spot, so I think this guess should just be fine. We'll find out soon enough if that's enough. And yeah, it was South Sumatra. That's going to be enough points. 20,000 again, so that's a hedge streak of 2 now. Let's keep it up. Okay, 20,000 points. Not bad. I mean, we've just made it in both times, so we'll see how long we can keep it up. I would be happy with 4. I would be happy with 4. This one feels like Northeast United States, double yellow line, which would probably be single yellow in Canada, I feel. And then there's kind of this autumn coverage with like kind of northern feeling trees here. Not particularly, not southern feeling at all to me. But that's just kind of a vibe thing. I would probably go like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire kind of thing here, maybe even New York. Yeah, hedge it in New York just in case it's Pennsylvania or something like that. But no, I'll go Massachusetts here. It's my real vibe here, I think. Doubt that the state will be correct, but hopefully the region guess is decent here. And it ends up being, yeah, all the way down in Virginia. Okay, so happy I sent it a little bit further south than New Hampshire there, but not a good score. Next one here looks like we can redeem ourselves. Left-hand drive with this red outlined sign should be South Africa. Feels quite south coast to me. Could this be elsewhere? Hold up. It is possible. Well, I do think this is South Africa. I'm just not really sure where. It's definitely a difficult round. Nothing easy. Nothing easy here. Could it be Europe? I don't think so. I think with this set up on the left hand, we should just be in ZA. So I was thinking like near East London, maybe even like Jeffreys Bay kind of area. This could be all the way up here. This could be all the way down here. I think just in the middle is probably the best idea here. So let's give it a go. It's not a bad guess. 130 kilometers away. That's actually pretty good for the type of round that was. Actually really difficult. And nice. We have a pretty easy round here. This feels like a Pretoria area, quite simply. Johannesburg area. I would probably send it... This is like either... I would say this is either Free State or Northwest. That's really my vibe here. I'm probably just going to go... Or Gauteng. But I'll probably just go here. Ends up being 32 kilometers away. Very nice. It's a very recognizable area to me. For some reason, I always get it right there. Well, don't quote me on that. I'll probably get it wrong in this video now. But anyway, with single yellow line here, driving right, so it should be somewhere in Mexico. And that's just also the feeling of the round, because you could see similar types of things in other countries as well. But yeah, this shouldn't be too far from Mexico City, I would say. Maybe a little bit north, but could also be south. So actually, I'm maybe just feeling a bit west here. I could see this like being one of these states here. So I think I'll just go for that. I think we're on a good score so far, so we don't need to worry too much, I feel. Oh, it is quite far north. Not a great score. Okay, we'll see what ends up happening here. So once again, we need a 4,000 score or more here, basically. and it's United States, so it's not guaranteed to happen here. Feels southern. Ooh, that's a Texan, highway sign, so that's really useful. I think here that I probably would have gone, like, Alabama or something like that, so it really could have been bad. But fortunately we have this, and with these, like, southern pine-looking trees here, I would say that we're not too far from, like, Dallas or something like that. Between Dallas and Houston is perfectly safe here. I don't really see it being further than Austin or San Antonio, so, yeah. I feel like this is pretty good. Southern architecture, like southern looking forest here. This will be enough points. I'm sure of it. Yep, 151 kilometers away. That's going to be enough points. 20,000 again. So we've never surpassed 21,000, but we've always been going quite decently here. So let's keep it up. Playing quite nicely, I would say. Next one here. We appear to be in a country we haven't had before. I feel like this is France, right? Wooden pole there. And yeah, it looks like France to me. So one of the smaller countries included on the map, no doubt, but it's got it's one of the countries that has the most coverage, so definitely makes sense to include it. Whereabouts to go here is the question. We've got like a big ridge over there to our north. Kind of not typical for France to have a ridge that big, I feel. So could we be somewhere all the way out near Strasbourg or something like that, where it is a little bit hillier? Maybe just a hedge like that would be in order here. So I think I'll go for that. Yeah, winter coverage is interesting. Not really too sure what else to say about this. Do I even have the right country? I would say this is French architecture, but it could still be elsewhere. So I'll just go for that. And it ends up being a decent guess, 150 kilometers away. So 150 kilometers on this map gives you about 4,500 points. So that's really what you want to be aiming for each round. This one is Peninsular Malaysia with the black sticker on the concrete pole here. Also, even if I couldn't see the sticker, we can see it's Malaysia from the round top here. It's very Malaysian looking. And so, we should be mainland here, yeah. So that's really useful. I'm not really sure where, to be honest. I'm thinking of just clicking in the center here because I don't really have any particular feeling. Maybe just near KL would make a lot of sense here. So I'll go in like the northern suburbs here. We'll go in Rawang and ends up being in Malacca. So not too bad. Pretty good score there, actually. Okay, Turkey. I've been practicing Turkey all day. Let's see if I can get a good score here. Jalotris was kind enough to take me through some tips last night on voice call, so let's see if I can make use of that. So pretty hilly here, spindly trees. It's only interesting. I'll probably just like kind of think it's like northeast here, something like this. So that's really my thought at the moment. Is the divided highway, so it's kind of a bigger spot. We do have these big mountains as well. I think I'm somewhat right here at least. I don't think I'll be too far away. Let's go in Tochrum here, and ends up being pretty good. Okay, I was probably really close to it when I had my marker over there, but still a good score. Okay, happy with that. And the next one here is probably like UK. I don't know if UK is included on this map though. Maybe it's France. Or maybe, yeah, I mean, it looks like UK to me though. I would assume UK is included on this map. In which case it should just be there. These hedgerows, kind of the grass in the middle. If I'm really hoping that it is actually included, but I would say this is probably like somewhere like near Scotland, like top of England. That's my thought here. So I'll just go for it. And okay, it was actually all the way south. So France guess up north wouldn't have even been that bad. And we lose some of the advantage we had here, but we're still on a really solid score. We only need like, yeah, 3.5. So this shouldn't be too stressful. And it's Japan, which is a little bit scary. Trees feel more northern though. I would say that. Trees feel more northern. Some kind of a hedge here will be in order though, because it can still be, I can see this even being all the way as far as Hiroshima here. So I feel like just the Nagano hedge. Yeah, maybe even the Niigata hedge, because I feel like that covers basically that area. And that's really where it's most likely to be, in my opinion. I haven't learnt many Japan metas, but I'll get onto that soon. Regardless, I feel good about this. We'll see. And yeah, it's a good guess. So there we go, 21,000. Let's keep it up. So that is 3 hedge streaks in a row now. Let's see if we can hit my goal of 4. That would be really nice. Back in Turkey here, very flat. Very flat indeed. Let's see if we can get anything in terms of a clue here. Sometimes stuff's written on the board. Can't really read that this time. Very, very flat for Turkish standards, you see. Hills to the north, ridges to the north. Not much to the south. Feeling fairly good about somewhere near Konya here, because that is typically known as one of the flattest parts somewhere out here. You can see it's just not many mountains. So I would say we're there. It could still be like Gaziantep region, where you get a lot of flatness as well. So I could hedge in Adana, but I feel good about Konya, to be honest. Although it is a big lack of trees. Like, where are the trees at here? I'm still going to go for that, but we'll see. And it ends up being on the right road. Let's go. 36 kilometers away. Turkey practice paying off. It's been one of my worst countries, but there we go. We're playing nicely here today. Next one here. Well, I would say that this is looking like a lot of sunflowers. Is it Brazil? Or is it probably Mexico is more likely. Where's the sun here? Sun is more so to the north. Well, it does seem to be more so to the north. Am I not considering something here? What about Argentina? Argentina's possible. Here is one round where I actually do not know the country. The red soil really does remind me one of Brazil, but there's just nothing in the way of any poles or anything to really give it away. And I also don't think these trees fit, though. So, it could even be United States, but I kind of think this is actually Argentina based on, like, these trees in the background here. Northern Argentina, huh? So, if I was to say, I would say it's, like, somewhere around, like, Formosa kind of area here. That would, yeah, around this city here. That would be my best guess. Yep. What a hard round. Oh, yeah, so some definitely feeling more northern, which would lead us to the southern hemisphere, obviously. Yeah, okay. Think I'll go for that. Sunflower fields, I do not recognize. This grass almost feels a bit further south, though. But I'll try it. Okay, we'll see. Ooh, not a bad guess. 191 kilometers away. On a round like that, that's pretty impressive. There was really not much to go off of there. Here we are back in Spain. Good news. It's a small country. Feels southern to me. Yeah, this is just like southern Spain. Pretty flat. Not too far from Madrid, maybe. Yeah, very flat over here, so something like that, maybe. Ends up being north of Spain. Okay, next one's Philippines, and we can tell that by this car with a big black window on the back. It's very dry here, thinking Luzon, but when it's dry in Philippines, it tends to be like really far north or really far south. And with that current score, it's a bit scary. If it's Davao, it's very scary, but I'm going to go Luzon here anyway. Oh, 41 kilometers away, you're kidding me, that's such a good guess. And we move on to the next one here, and we appear to be somewhere in, well, looks like Latvia with this pole, but I guess it can't be, that would be too small of a country, so should just be somewhere in Russia here. And even though we only need 2,000 points here, we can really lose it all on Russia, and that is the truth of it here. So, very flat. Probably just somewhere, I could see Novosibirsk here. I could see Omsk. I think Omsk is a reasonable guess here, just because of the flatness. Yeah, I'm gonna go Omsk. But if it is, and because I thought of Latvia and stuff at first, if it is out there near the Baltics, we may actually lose here. But this is my honest opinion. We could hedge it more towards here, but I'm gonna try Omsk anyway. And, oh, what a guess. Okay, so actually, 22,000 there. I actually have to go out for dinner now. So we can pick up the next video on this series. I promise I won't do any silly business between. We can pick up the next video on this series with a head streak of 4. And yeah, that is really, really nice region guessing, bro. I would not have been able to do this and this like a few weeks ago. So, and this as well. I mean, like, and this, dude, that must be like, dude, I wish I nailed the Spain, because that must be one of my best ever seeds on Geoguessr. Full stop. Okay, guys, but thank you very much for watching. Yeah, that was a real fun video. We'll pick it up on 4 head streak next time, 20,000s in a row. Like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time, goodbye.